Welcome, Libra and Libra cross watchers, to your full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. That's on the October 28th. Oh, so we have 3 cards already. So we have the Chariot, the Hermit, and Judgment here. Libra, I feel like I almost said someone's coming in to make something right, but I actually feel like this person may be somebody that's kind of balancing the scales for you, but it doesn't feel like they're from your past. Not in this lifetime anyway. I feel like this may be someone that they really want to make a connection with you. It's almost like they really want to have this, I want to say for some reason, they really want to resonate with you. This person wants you to see, they want you to see them. They want you to see them in a specific light. It just feels like you may not be. Here's the thing, Libra, I feel like you may have manifested something here, but being in the manifesting energy, it's like it feels so good that you may not realize that that's what's here. So we're going to get into it here. I feel like I'm talking slow. If I am, just speed it up. Like with the gear thing. Okay. I'm just looking at which deck to use. 1 second here. Okay. I'm going to use this one. So, I was going to say, what's going on with Libra? Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. I mean, it's almost like there may be a certain type of new beginning that this person wants to bring into you, but you're only open to a certain type of beginning. You know what I mean? So I feel like it honestly feels like this might be the other, like the Virgo reading, but from the other person's perspective. So just to say that. Okay. I don't know why all of a sudden I feel like I can't talk, but anyway. What does Libra know is... Whoops. Oh, okay. It's almost like the chickens are coming home to roost. I feel like it's almost the energy of somebody that maybe you've been in this really gorgeous manifesting energy, and I'm just realizing that you can't see any of the cards. There we go. It feels like you have been in this really gorgeous manifesting energy, and it's almost like you know that you're going to have to come out of it to a certain extent, but it's almost like you don't want to leave it behind. It's like you don't want that energy to get so far away from you that you kind of forget that it's there until things go south again. And not that, of course, things will go south or anybody wants that to happen, but it's that type of energy. I also feel like you know that there's something waiting for you. You're still not in a rush to get there, because I feel like there's something that you kind of have to do before you get there. I'm going to pull from the mini decks here. Clarifier. Okay. Libra. Oh, there's the Chariot. This might call you out a little bit. Are you like doing things to avoid love? I feel like you may be finding certain reasons, or it's almost like there may be some external excuses that you have at your disposal to justify not wanting to be in something right now or move this forward. But it actually feels like it's almost like you just don't want to. it's almost like there's this concern that if you were to get involved with this person, that the freedom that you found in this really gorgeous energy that you're in, you're feeling like you have to leave it behind. You're feeling like you may lose it, that it's like this free, expansive energy that you're in is going to somehow be contained. It'll feel like it's almost like you feel like you won't be able to explore anymore. We're going to actually move this down a little bit. So we know what you perceive to be happening. What will, just for the sake of argument, I mean, we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed with the Page of Cups. So let's be honest here. The Wheel of Fortune, when it's upright, it talks about things kind of working in your favor. And the Wheel of Fortune reversed, it feels like things come to a stop, or like a complete halt. I'm going to ask you a question. Is that because you've disconnected from the energy, or is that because of an external source? Right? It's almost this thing where, like, of course it's great to meditate and do those self-care things. And it honestly feels like it's not really an energy you're ready to come out of. I'm feeling like my own urge to like urge you towards, community and being with people and stuff. But I feel like that's me, not the cards. So I don't know why I said it in the first place then. But anyway, it feels like you have this goal for yourself in mind of where you're going to be, how you're going to feel when it's time for you to kind of come down from the mountain, It's almost like you'll come off the mountain when you know you can bring it with you. Right? You want to embody that energy entirely, be that energy before you leave the place in your life where you found it. I hope this is making sense. What does Virgo need? What do they need that they're either not aware of or they don't see? Okay. So we have the sun reversed. If I've said Virgo in this reading, I apologize. This is Libra's reading. It's just because I just did Virgo. So that's the only reason. Anyway, I feel like it's almost like there's something here that you need to admit to yourself. It's almost like you have to admit to yourself that you're human. You know what I mean? It's like, let's say, for example, just to describe the energy, may not be the actual situation. It's like, let's say, for example, in your life before you found this kind of like meditation technique, let's say, or spiritual freedom, whatever it is, you may have been going through life feeling almost like very disconnected. Maybe you were going through the motions, but it's almost like it didn't feel real. It felt like you were kind of controlling yourself through a video game. And the freedom that you found, it's almost this energy of like, if you stop here, there's nothing wrong with like, pausing or delaying or waiting or taking a moment to enjoy something. I feel like the message here is that if you stop here, it feels like when you come out, you may notice that the world has kind of passed you by. It's almost this energy, it may not be the actual situation, but it's this energy of like you've been living in a cave for 20 years and you come out and it's like you're not actually upset about having been there for that long. You were happy to be in there, but now that you're out here, it's like you realize that a lot of things have happened that you really wanted to be a part of. And it's almost like if you stay there too long, I feel like not to, rush you or anything, but if you stay in that energy too long, you may feel kind of isolated. And it's almost like you'll kind of get to this point where you'll feel like you're just kind of floating directionless in space, almost like, well, you made peace with the fact that you were there for 20 years and you chose that. Now you're looking at it like, well, did the benefit of me staying there that long outweigh the cost of, not being a part of these experiences? So, can we get some, no, not that one. Can we get some practical advice for Virgo? And then we're going to get into this person. Eight of Wands reversed with the Five of Cups. So, funnily enough, I feel like the less you talk about this, the more clarity you get, if that makes sense. Again, this might sound really strange, but it almost feels like the less you think about this and whether or not you should stay, I feel like it's almost like you kind of just get ushered out at the right time. For example, let's say you're baking a pie and it's in the oven, and it's like every 2 minutes you go over there and you open it up and you, maybe a cake, we'll say a cake, and you stick the toothpick in and you check it and you check it and you check it every couple of minutes. And it's like the cake doesn't have time to cook. So it's taking that much longer. So I feel like there's this energy here that like, okay, let me ask you this, Libra. Is there a reason that you feel like you need to somehow like justify, maybe not justify, but is there a reason that you feel like there has to be a reason for you to stay other than your own enjoyment? Because I feel like that in and of itself is enough. And it's almost like in allowing yourself to just kind of enjoy what you're enjoying. Instead of it's almost like instead of trying to put everything into boxes and organize everything before you get there, I feel like there's this moment where if you just allow yourself to enjoy it, it's almost like you may have felt that you kind of had to, draft a reason for what you're doing. But when you let that go, it's like, it's just this pure enjoyment of it. So, onto your person. What does Libra think about this person? Okay. So we have the Five of Cups, Page of Cups, and Queen of Cups. Well, I feel like you know that this person has been through some real tough situations. It's like they may have a child, they may not. If they don't, it actually feels more that it's like you're able to see and understand that what this person went through, even if it was a more recent situation, it has its roots in, a very long time, right? I feel like you're concerned that this person is rushing towards you before they, to like escape something rather than because they're ready. You know what I mean? It's like you want someone to run towards you, not away from something else, right? And I feel like that actually causes a pretty big block for you in terms of wanting to be open to this person. It's almost, I feel like you shut them out almost entirely. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're not going to have anybody disturbing your peace, number one, that you fought so hard to get. And I feel like number two, I feel like because of the energy that you're in, you're looking for someone that is as spiritual as you in whatever capacity you are, right? And I feel like you may know that this person has that quality, but there's something about them. There's something that they haven't let go of, or they're bringing with them. They're dragging behind them, that it feels like it's an immediate no. Maybe not no, but it's like an immediate ignoring them almost. What is action? What is, sorry, my apologies. What does Libra need to know about this situation that they don't know? What clarity do they need to make the decision that's best for them? Oh, so we have the Mother, or that would be the Queen of Swords with the Five of Pentacles. Dang. Here's the thing. I feel like you're going to know. And like, great answer, Beth. Thanks for the help, right? I feel like you are going to, it's like, you're going to have the answer. You're going to know exactly what's kind of going to play out here and what you need to do in order for certain things to play out, but you're not going to want that to be the answer. You know what I mean? It's almost like you may want something, like you're here, let's say, and you want something, you can't see my hands. You're here, you want something that's here. But like the rock that you have to step on to get across that little stream of water is not a rock you want to touch. It's almost like looking from the one side, looking at what you kind of have to go through to get what you want. It's this energy of like, do I really want that? Is that really what I want? It just feels like there's a lot of some of you may decide that you don't want it. I feel like there's certain elements of that that you may question down the line. You may not be as firm in that decision or as sure that that your life could have gone on a different type of path that maybe you would have enjoyed. It's not this like, oh, you're swimming in regret and all that sort of stuff. It just feels like I feel like you end up looking at the situation that you judge this person a little bit too harshly. It's almost like, you know how sometimes when you're, and maybe this was just me, okay, so, but just to describe the energy, oftentimes before I kind of, sorted myself out, it felt like I was meeting the same person, just in different people, until I started to go a bit deeper, right? And it's like, when this person comes in, you may kind of assign them a certain place, and I feel like this person is more of a champion than you might realize. I feel like they have a really strong heart, very strong convictions. It feels like this is someone that's like born wild and free, if you will, So what are this person's initial intentions? Okay. Alrighty. So we have the Four of Pentacles. That's Judgment, right? Oh no, the World, my bad. And the Sun, or Knight of Pentacles. I just was looking at the, I don't know, Roman numerals. Anyway, it's almost like this person may come rushing. That's really interesting. They come rushing towards you, but it's like as they get up towards you, they're kind of like, whoa, like pulling the horses back. It's like they don't actually want to rush towards you. They kind of want to stay on the perimeter for a little while. It's almost like they just kind of want to observe you. It's almost like they may be feeling led to get to a certain place, right? It's like, as they're coming down the road with this chariot, it may seem like they're running away from something, but it actually feels like they're running because it makes them feel free, right? This person is not, They're not in the carriage. They're not even sitting up front where you would normally imagine that the coach, I guess, the driver would sit. They're up here, right? So it's almost like this person, I feel like they have a really wild side to them that you may not expect. Feels like it's really, it's like they surprise you with it. I mean, obviously they know that they have it. But what's really interesting is I feel like they don't show that side of them to most people. They know most people will think that they'll be easy to take advantage of if they do, so they don't. So, just looking at which deck to use 1 second here. What's this person holding back on? Or actually, hold on. How does this person feel about Libra? What do they truly want with Libra once they... Nine of Cups. Okay. So we have the Nine of Cups with the Seven of Wands. Oh, there's Judgment. Interesting. Judgment and the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. So, I'm not so sure this person is looking for like steady, committed, long-term sort of thing. The Nine of Cups talks about having emotional fulfillment within yourself. I feel like to a certain extent, this person feels very bonded to you somehow. They feel very physically attracted, that's for sure. You may even pick up on that at times. It's almost like you'll know that they're thinking of you. It's like you'll get this thought out of nowhere of the two of you together. And it's almost like you'll see them kind of be a little shifty, not like from across the room. You'll see them kind of shifting and moving around, and you know that it's them. Anyway, I feel like with this card here, this person really tries to hold that back. I feel like to a certain extent they are successful at it. It just feels like when there is a certain element of kind of when they're around you, they do, you know, I feel like they would respect your boundaries with whatever type of relationship you wanted with them. And here's the thing, Libra. You may be giving off signals that you're not interested in this person. So what signals is Libra giving off? And what do they actually want to? Oh, okay. So we have the Three of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. And then the energy that you're giving off is the Six of Pentacles reversed, which talks about like generosity and that sort of thing. And then what you are actually giving off is the Seven of Swords reversed. I feel like your energy is a lot more upfront and honest, and it's like there's something that's very, I don't know why this, but very truthful and genuine, and it's almost like it's like you're honoring somebody. I don't know why that's coming through. I feel like you're giving off this energy that like you don't want to talk to people. May not be the actual situation, okay? But it's like you're giving off the energy of, or sending signals that you don't want to be around people. You don't want to have to give anything to anybody. You just don't want any of that. And I feel like actually what you really want is you want someone that can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, even if it's ugly. You want someone that you actually feel that you can trust. And it's like, but then when you get into that energy of wanting to be able to trust someone, I feel like it, it's like all of a sudden your heart is made of stone and it drops to the floor, right? Like there's something around, I mean, obviously you've experienced some issues with trusting people in the past, right? Where that trust was betrayed. And I feel like the way to kind of escape that stone heart that seems like it, falls to the ground has been getting into this really spiritual meditation sort of energy. And I feel like there's a message here to a certain extent that you're going to see a lot more in people than you did previously because of what you've done. But I feel like there's also a message here that you may not be ready or willing to admit to yourself that's the, no, hold on. It's almost like you don't want that to be the biggest problem. I feel like it's because it's like, if that's the biggest problem, you don't want that to be, hold on for a second. Let me start that sentence over again. Sorry, Libra. You don't want that to be the problem because, let's say, for example, your ex, this person over here, the interactions with them was the catalyst to develop that problem, right? And you've done all the work to let that person go. I feel like there's a little bit of resentment there, but for the most part, it's like you don't want anything to connect you back to that person. And I feel like that's why you keep jumping out of this energy when it comes along, because it's like, no, 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 no. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna deal with that. I don't want any of that. And let me be perfectly clear. It's not like you're running from the healing. It's more like you may feel that you've done all the healing and you are genuinely like, it's almost like feeling like it's an intrusive thought and you just kind of have to push it back out. And I feel like there's a message here that it's almost like in recognizing that this may be something, right? I feel like it takes its power away. It's almost like in accepting that, I feel like you accept the part of yourself that trusted that person and kind of got messed around. And I feel like it's almost that moment where you might have like a crying spell. You may not, okay? This is just to describe the energy, and it's like there's no actual reason for the crying. You don't feel sad. It's more like it's just a release of something that's been held and pent up for a while, and it doesn't feel like it's had a huge impact on your energy or anything like that. It just feels like it's the last little splinter, and in getting rid of it, it's like that's when you feel like all that stuff with that person it's truly behind you. So we are going to get just a quick card for advice. I know this reading is super long. I'm sorry, guys. We have the Father of Swords. So this would be the King of Swords, but it is reversed. Look at this with the Nine of Cups. So the King of Swords talks about someone that is like a master strategist, a planner, the person that like they can see 40 steps ahead and they have 20 different ways to get there, right? So don't do that. What it means more is it's almost like allow yourself to not have a certain expectation, to not be waiting for something, to not be anticipating that this is going to happen and you're going to have to move this way. It's almost like allow the energy around you to just kind of unfold and things to come in, because it's like that's where it feels like life gets kind of magical, right? When you're there's nothing wrong with pushing things forward and having goals and that sort of thing, but it's like, but when you focus too much on, I almost said the details, but it's like, I mean, sometimes you have to iron those out. It just feels like if you, have a certain expectation that like this is exactly what needs to happen, I feel like it will kind of erase or dampen the impact of these like unexpected serendipitous moments where it's like, oh, that's so cool, or oh, that's so not strange in a bad way, but where like you run into somebody or you're talking to somebody and there's all of these little oddities that happen that seem like, you know, something's being woven together. And I feel like allowing yourself to be in that energy is actually what it's like. It helps you bring the mountain with you, and you don't get kicked out of this energy even when you're not focusing on it all the time. So I think I'll leave it there, Libra. I know I've been a little long-winded. I love you guys. I hope you are having a great day. If you're new here, welcome. I upload twice a week, usually on mini love reads on Sundays and then a bit longer on during the week. Next week, the longer reads will be the November 2023 monthly love reads. So please keep an eye out for those if you're so inclined. And, you know, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.